there's a lack of commitment to marriage. We know that, the traditional definition of marriage at any rate. There's a lack of commitment to jobs. People are on a career path. They don't stay in one place. There's a lack of commitment to denominations. A lack of loyalty has been shown. There's a lack of commitment to churches. There's a lack of commitment to friends. And I believe a challenge to commitment is still biblical and valid. The dictionary says commitment is a promise or an obligation. A synonym is a guarantee or a pledge. It infers no change of mind. Airplanes illustrate this. They plan on a flight destination, they take off, and they come to a place in the flight where they don't have enough fuel to go back to where they started. And it's called what? The point of no return. And we also sing a little chorus that goes, I have decided to follow Jesus. I've decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. That's what we mean by commitment. This is something that is a constant in your life. From the time you first made it, maybe it's wavered, maybe you've had some trips off the radar, but today, as you come into this, how is your commitment level? We stick with our promise through the hard times. We work at it, and it won't always be easy. I will be talking a lot about our life and service in the 10 years we spent in Vietnam during the war years. Part of those years we lived in a small province center called Quang Ai, where the war became progressively intense. At one point during the infamous Tet Offensive, long before you were born, our town was taken over by the Viet Cong, which was the communist enemy forces. As fighting erupted in our street, and we were trapped in our house, we heard on the radio that 6 of our colleagues had died, CNMA missionaries in the mountain town of Ban Mi Thuot. We held each other and cried. We held our 2-year-old son, and we asked, what is going to happen to us? And oh God, why them and not us? The hospital next to us was taken over by the communists. The radio station in our town was taken by the communists. The prison that we administered in was bombed, and the prisoners came fleeing out, some of them to safe haven in our house. The bombing was so bad that people in our neighborhood had thatch roofs were running in our house, lying on the floor. Every time the bombs would pass over, lying on the floor. Our 2-year-old son thought they were playing Bring Around the Rosie, and every time we'd go down, he'd go, ashes, ashes, all And our mission gave us the option to go home. First of all, we had to leave. The women and children had to go to Thailand for a month. And then they gave us the option to go home or stay. And we tested God's will in our lives. We prayed a lot. We saw that our beloved Vietnam colleagues had no option to go anywhere. So we held on to God, we held on to our commitment, and we chose to stay just for us, for that place, for that moment in time. And God gave us a huge harvest in Quang Ai province the remaining months we were there. 2 Chronicles 16:9 says, the eyes of the Lord range throughout the earth to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to Him. Ephesians 6:13 says, therefore, put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes, and having done all, to stand. If you consider your decision firm, and at this moment in time you are willing to reaffirm that you are committed to Christ, and you want to show your commitment, repeat with me and emphasize the word committed. I am committed